So, hi everyone. A very warm welcome to the session with Deba. तो आज जो सेशन रही मेन्स एक्जाक्ट ये जो सीरीज चलती आमर ना यहाँ हूँ आपणकर परिपूर्ण बूस्ट सीरीज जो थे कि आम प्रत्येक दिन इवनिंग रे मुझे आसूँ आपण मानी मेन्स जो आगू को रही से मेन्स रिलेटेड टॉपिक जी अच्छी एंड से मेन्स रिलेटेड टॉपिक उपर आम कंटेंट नहीं आसूँ यूट्यूब प्लेटफॉर्म्स रे StudyIQ प्लेटफॉर्म्स रे जोटा मु कहिबी प्रत्येक दिन इवनिंग रे आसूची मु विथ आम कहवा जमती कि मेन्स ये गोटे टॉपिक काफी इंपोर्टेंट टॉपिक आम कहवा जहाँ को कहे रीजनल डिस्पैरिटी इन इंडिया एंड ओडिशा। तो रीजनल डिस्पैरिटी इन इंडिया एंड ओडिशा आल्सो वन ऑफ द फेवरेट टॉपिक जदि तुम देखिबो किए चाहे से यूपीएससी कथा नियो किंबा से ओपीएससी कथा नहीं जाओ रीजनल डिस्पैरिटी ऑलवेज तांकर गोटे फेवरेट टॉपिक अच्छी एंड प्रत्येक वर्ष तुमको मेन्स रे गोटे क्वेश्चंस मिलिबो रीजनल डिस्पैरिटी को नहीं। तो जदि रीजनल डिस्पैरिटी को नहीं प्रत्येक वर्ष जदि से गोटे ना गोटे क्वेश्चंस पचारुछि तो डेफिनेटली ये आमको काफ़ी हेल्प करियो बुझीबारे अंडरस्टैंडिंग डेवलप करिबारे डेटा एंड फैक्ट्स जहाँ दरकार मैथ्स वगैरह जहाँ दरकार आप लिखिपारे। तो रीजनल डिस्पैरिटी आम कोटेशन कौन रही ताठू स्टार्ट करवा मैप देखा राइट। तो चलते फिर हम स्टार्ट करवा रीजनल डिस्पैरिटी ऑफ इंडिया। तो जिते आम कहे रीजनल डिस्पैरिटी ऑफ इंडिया तो इंडिया काफ़ी तो बड़ आप समस्ते जानते राइट। सो दिस इज द व्हाट दैट मीन्स आम कहवा ये काफ़ी डेभलप पार्ट आम जब कहवा तो यहाँ हूँ दिस ओडिशा को छाड़ दिखाँ राइट। ओडिशा को जब मुझे छाड़देवी दैट मीन्स हु आर द डेभलप पार्ट। तो जिते डेभलप पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया जिते आम डिस्कस करूँ तो हु आर द डेभलप मुझे रेड टिक मारबी। तो डेभलप इज दिस वन, 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 ये होचंती डेभलप्ड। दैट मीन्स राजस्थान भी सम हाउ आम डेभलप रे कहबा। तो जदि हम देखिबा दिस इज हाउ तो ये जो लाइन टा रही ना दिस लाइन ये जो लाइन तो ये लाइन रो जो एई पटे जेतिकी रहिला दिस आर द डेभलप्ड एरिया ऑफ इंडिया। सो दिस इज व्हाट द डेभलप्ड रीजन ऑफ इंडिया, दिस इज द डेभलप्ड रीजन ऑफ इंडिया एंड एटा गोटे डेभलप्ड रीजन हमर रही एंड एटा गोटे डेभलप्ड रीजन मध्ये हम कहि परिबा। तो दिस टू आल्सो डेभलप्ड रीजन हम कहि परिबा। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट ईस्टर्न इंडिया रे जदि हम देखिबा ए दीटा होची हमर डेभलप्ड रीजन राइट। दैट मीन्स सिक्किम आम कहबा एंड वेस्ट बेंगल। तो ये जो वेस्ट बेंगल ये गोटे डेभलप एंड सिक्किम को जदि मु कहबी दिस टू डेभलप तले ईस्टर्न पार्ट रे जदि हम देखिबा सिक्किम इज अ डेभलप स्टेट हम कहबा एंड वेस्ट बेंगल होची डेभलप। बाकी जदि हम देखबा पूरा जे जो सेवन सिस्टम रही दिस सेवन सिस्टम रही आप मेघालय कथा नहीं तो आसाम कथा नियंतु अरुणाचल प्रदेश कथा नहीं जानतु आप नागालैंड कथा नहीं तो आप मनी कथा नहीं जानतु राइट। आप मिजो कथा नहीं जानतु मिजो कथा नियंतु त्रिपुरा कथा नियंतु दिस आर ए पूराटा रहा आम रीजनल डिस्पैरिटी दैट मीन्स 4 रीजन आम कहीपर दिस इज 4 रीजन। देन आपनकर ओडिशा दिस वन आम कहवा दिस वन आम कहवा दिस वन इज आम कहीपर यूपी बिहार दिस वन इज ऑल्सो आम आपको कहुचे बीमारू स्टेट बोली एम को कहुचे दे आर ऑल्सो ये जो आम एमपी ये सब के बीमारू आगुरी कहला राजस्थान किसी पार्ट मध्य आसे जहाँ भी हो दिस इज अगेन आम कहवा 4 रीजन अगेन 4 रीजन again this one is 4 region this one is what 4 region। so that means this is how the regional disparity in India and the regional disparity of map देखि परिबे। तो these are not developed part of India, this is not developed part, Odisha is not developed right। तो तेलंगाना आपनकर डेवलप किए रही दैट मीन्स आम कहबा तमिलनाडु इज डेवलप्ड, केरला इज डेवलप्ड, कर्नाटका इज डेवलप्ड, आंध्र प्रदेश इज डेवलप्ड, तेलंगाना इज डेवलप्ड, Maharashtra is developed, that means Gujarat is developed, Goa is developed। so these are the developed part, the southern and western part of India is developed। ताले जदि हम कहबा तो southern and western part of India is developed बट आम ये जो पार्ट देखा जमती कि यूपी बिहार एमपी छत्तीसगढ़ झारखंड ओडिशा मैंने डेवलप नुहंती से भाई मुझे ये जो रीजन में आम डेवलप नुहंती। सो दिस इज दैट शोज आम कहबा अपने मत कई जन क्वेश्चन कर हाउ डू यू फाइंड कैंड हाउ डू यू डिस्टिंग्विश वेदर दिस रीजन इज poor or whether the reason is what रीज how do you distinguish। now this would be identified on the basis of socio-economic conditions। so whether a region is developed or poor that would be done on the basis of socio-economic condition। what it would be socio economic condition. I means number of criteria will be there, starting from your education, that means I would say literacy, per capita income, per capita agricultural output, your road, rail, consumption rate, right, number of factors is there, health, education is also one of the factors we have said. And so number of factors will be taken together then to determine whether the region is developed or not. So this is the reason that I have shown that this one is not developed, this one is not developed, this one is not developed, Sikkim is developed, West Bengal is developed, Odisha is not developed, and this part developed and this part is developed. So this is how the western and the southern part of India is developed. This part is not developed, this part is not developed, West Bengal and Sikkim is developed. So this is how the map, that means what the developed and underdeveloped map of India I have drawn. Now we will go through some quotation on the what regional disparity. Then we will comes to some quotation, right? Good evening everyone, right? Then आम किसी quotation मध्ये हमें देखिबा कि जेमति कि regional disparity काफी सेतमे मु आपन मन को कहि starting रु मध्ये मु कहि त मन को that regional disparity is a very favorite topic हमें को OPSC UPSC रो काफी favorite topic से मन करो जति हमें कहिबा एंड पर्टिकुलरली से मु कहबी ये काफी डिमांड था ये टॉपिक्स हमें कहि परिबा जेमति हमें कहचे अमृता सेन कथा नहीं जानतु त अमृता सेन जेतरा हमें डिस्कस करू छ ना तो सेतरा हमें कहचे डेवलपमेंट कांट बी मेजर्ड इन इनकम अलोन तो अमृता सेन कहउचंती कि डेवलपमेंट सेथिबई तो मु कहथि रीजनल डिस्पैरिटी इज मेजर बोथ इन सोशियो एंड इकोनॉमिक फैक्टर्स कोन बोथ फैक्टर्स हमें देखबा सोशियो एंड इकोनॉमिक फैक्टर्स हमें देखबा we will talk about both हमें कौन करिबा सॉरी तो रीजनल जेतले में डिस्कस करू छ ना एटा बोथ सोशियो एंड इकोनॉमिक फैक्टर्स रे हमें देखिया पड़िबो एटा गोटे फैक्टर्स रे देखले हबनी वी हैव टू टॉक अबाउट बोथ तनु कर कि इट शुड नॉट बी के खाली इनकम अलोन इज द रीजन ना इट शुड बी बोथ हवा दरकार दैट मींस इनकम ही पारे तमरो सोशल दैट मींस हमें पॉलिटिकल भी ही पारे दैट कुड बी पॉलिटिकल गोटे मेजरमेंट ही पारे सोशल मेजरमेंट हे पारे जेमती पॉवर्टी हेगला एलिवेशन हेगला एजुकेशन हेगला सैनिटेशन हेगला ये सब फैक्टर्स मध्ये हे पारे इकोनॉमिक नो डाउट इकोनॉमिक फैक्टर इज अ डोमिनेंट फैक्टर्स हम कहबा बट अदर फैक्टर्स आल्सो रिस्पांसिबल सेतमे से कहउछंती इट मस्ट रिफ्लेक्ट द फ्रीडम्स एंड अपॉर्चुनिटी अवेलेबल टू द पीपल अक्रॉस द रीजन कोन कहउछंती से फ्रीडम एंड अपॉर्चुनिटी कथा मध्ये कहउछंती अमृता सेन सेमती जवाहरलाल नेहरू कौन कहउछंती देखिबा जवाहरलाल नेहरू कहउछंती पीस एंड प्रॉस्पेरिटी कांट endure in a country where some regions remains backward while the others race ahead सेतमे से मध्ये कहउछंती कि पीस एंड प्रॉस्पेरिटी एंड्योर्स करि हबो नाही बस सही पर्यंत संभव नुओ जेमती आपण नै जानतु लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल आई वुड से द दैट प्रेजेंटली आई वुड नॉट से के red corridor better to say rather I would say it's a what red pockets the red pockets where the development taste people has tasted very less and that is by one of the reason that the peoples are not happy and there is what one kind of internal disturbances you may say or the peoples are having dissatisfied with the governments and they are turning into the Maoist. Likewise the border region of India is also not developed as compared to the other parts of India I would say. So basically that means we need to ensure that the regional I would say that the prosperity that means the economic prosperity must reach to the all parts of the nation must reach to the all part of the nation that would be the target will be must be there. So then here again B.R. Ambedkar also says that democracy is not merely a form of government it's mode of associated living. So that सेटा मध्ये से कहउछंती associated living कथा कहउछंती that means he also talks about regional disparity like APJ Abdul Kalam ji मध्ये कहंती economic development is meaningless unless it spread to every districts and every villages that means Abdul Kalam ji को कथा आपण मने मध्ये लिखि परबी से कहउछंती कि economic development is meaningless unless it spread to every districts and every villages in India. जो पर्यंत इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट सब गाँ सब जगार न पहुंची से डेवलपमेंट किछि हम कहबा जेमति हम कहै इंडिया इज developing, India is fast growing country, one of the what fastest growing country in the world, and economically is what going to be the third largest economy very soon. तो जेतले हम कहै थर्ड लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी आ ता बेनिफिट्स जति हम कहबा मैक्सिमम लोक न पाउछन्ती, दैट मीन सेटा भी त कोठी ना कोठी अनजस्टिस बा अनजस्ट हम कहबा दिस इज नॉट जस्टिस तेणु करिक हम कहबा. So these are the केतेटा कोट रहिछि आपण ये कोट को you can also use this quote while writing your or presenting any kind of what you are presenting, your answer presentation you are giving anywhere else, so that will definitely use in your answer, right? Some of the quotes are there. तो ये किछि quotes रहिछि जोटा मु डिस्कस करतली. गुड इवनिंग सस्मिता. So these are the quotes with regional disparity and the regional disparity map I have shown, but here ये map टिक्की गलत अछि. मु कहि दे ओडिसा को एठी सेमी डेवलप देखिबारे चेष्टा करिसंते, बट मॉडरेटली डेवलप हम कहि परिबा, बट दिस इज स्टिल हम कहबा मॉडरेटली, this one moderately, but these are ultra developed region. जाबियो starting ରୁ ମୁଁ ତାକୁ discuss करछि. Now what is regional disparity then? The regional disparity maps of India, I have gone through that one, so I have discussed the map of India. Then some of the quotes on the regional disparity we have gone through that one. Now comes to the what is regional disparity exactly, right? What is regional disparity? The regional disparity refers to what, or that means it refers, I will not say prefer, it refers to what? That means socio-economic disparity, uneven level of development. Regional disparity, that means when we talk about regional disparity, by default we are talking about in terms of development. We are in terms of what? I means एक minute, we are trying to talk about the what? Uneven distribution or the uneven development कथा हम discuss करछे. Whenever we are talking about regional disparity, I means by default we are एक minute, just a minute. We just want to talk about on the level of development, on the what level of development. That means certain region have developed, and let's say across the region, right? So that means some regions uneven, that is the development. That means some region of like in terms of Odisha. जेतरा में ओडिशा कथा कहूचे, let's say the Cuttack, Bhubaneswar, Puri, this coastal region is developed. When it comes to the southern and south, particularly the southern part of Odisha is not developed. The western part is moderately developed. Again, when it comes to the Mayurbhanj, Keonjhar, Sundargarh, not it's Sundargarh, Keonjhar, these are also not developed, right? That is why. So regional disparity in India among the states and within the states also there. That means intra and inter. I would say what? There is a inter disparity is there. There is a what? Intra disparity, regional disparity also happens in India. I means across the different region in terms of income, infrastructure, industrialization, employment, social indicators like poverty, education, malnutrition, so on and so forth. Overall, that is the quality of life. When we talk about overall, we do talk about the quality of life. Any region of India where the quality of life is pretty good, right? If the quality of life is pretty good, that means we assume that region is developed. Where the peoples are living comfortably, peoples are living with ease of doing more businesses, more opportunities, more prosperity, good communication, good health, good infrastructure, everything, and the economic opportunity is pretty good. Like that is why everybody wish to move to USA and developed countries like Japan, Korea, etc. because of more opportunity in terms of the economic and businesses. So that is why if that the what I would say the fruits of development does not reach to the nook and corner of the region, that means there would be regional disparity will persist and will happen to be there in India. So the regional disparity, it would be what interstate may be there, and that would be intrastate will be there, regional disparity. We will talk about in this session ahead, right? As of now, there would be historical factor, economic, social, political, so many factors could be there. That could be in the types interstate disparity, like in terms of Maharashtra and Bihar. See, the Bihar is the poorest state in India, जहाँ पे मतलब politics काफी ज़्यादा होता है, and Maharashtra is the most developed and one of the most what forward state of India. So that's the difference. Again, there is a what intrastate like Odisha and coastal Odisha, western Odisha, like Vidarbha region. If I take example of Maharashtra, the Vidarbha region is not developed, but the western part of Maharashtra is developed. Like Gujarat, the Kutch region is not developed, the rest of Gujarat is developed. Likewise, Odisha also like that. So that means I would say intrastate also there. That means there would be also urban and poor, regional disparity between urban and poor. Core periphery pattern also there. Let's say Bhubaneswar is developed, but surrounding regions as Bhubaneswar is not developed. That could be that. So now we will comes to the indicators of the regional disparity in India. So these are the indicators: best performing, right value, and the worst performing. So these are the indicators of the regional disparity. Now we have, this is the what type of regional disparity. That could be interstate, intrastate, that could be rural urban differences could be there, and I would say the core periphery region. The core is generally developed and the periphery is not generally developed. Now comes to the what indicators. In the regional disparity, there are a number of indicators are there that together take into considerations, right? That does not mean a single criteria will be taken to identify whether the region is a developed or not developed. We will always take the considerations of all those indicators, which will the best but I would say reveal that will cumulatively, they will reveal the best practices and the best idea that whether a region is a developed or not developed. So let's see the indicators. First, the most important indicators is per capita incomes. This per capita incomes is one of the what I would say mostly taken and widely received and accepted, that if a region is having the high per capita incomes, that means the region is always a developed region. Let it Gujarat, Maharashtra, Telangana, Karnataka, Goa, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. These states is having the higher national average per capita income as compared to the eastern and the northern state of India, and particularly the northeastern region as well. So this is also a fact, I would say. So that means the per capita income of Goa, the per capita income Maharashtra, Gujarat, they are the highest. When it comes to the, even I would say the Himachal Pradesh and Sikkim, they are per capita. So highest per capita income is one of the what that would be Sikkim, Goa, Kerala, they would be. So who is the highest? It's a Goa. So Goa is having highest per capita income 5 lakhs annually and more than that, whereas the Bihar is 50,000. So like that, the multi poverty index Kerala, now is the best is what Kerala, that is the best performing, and again Bihar is the lowest. Again it comes to what literacy, Kerala again performing more than 90%, Bihar again 60%. Infant mortality Kerala again the lowest is Madhya Pradesh. So this is how goes on. Like maternity mortality, irrigation coverage, Punjab is more than 98% and Assam is only just 10%. Irrigation in Assam is one of the lowest. Like, so here irrigation Punjab, and that is why Punjab and Haryana, because of the irrigation, best irrigation practices, the green revolution was started there. The green revolution, many do ask the questions, okay, why exactly, why did the irrigation, why did the green revolution started there, where in Punjab, Haryana, the western UP, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, because of the reason being that the irrigation facilities was there, the infrastructure was there, the dam was there, and that was the, I would say, the factor that pushed the government to apply and to introduce the green revolution in these two parts, southern and the northwestern part of India. So that is because of the irrigation, and because of that green revolution, the Punjab, Haryana, western UP, Delhi, all these region becomes ultra developed region, right? Whereas again you see the eastern UP is very poor, and the western UP like Noida, Gurgaon, Ghaziabad, Faridabad, right, Gurugrams, these are what ultra developed, these are ultra developed, whereas in UP the eastern and the northern UP is very poor. So that means in the UP there is also interstate regional disparity, high interstate regional disparity. We do also talk about Odisha, but we should not forget about the UP, we should not forget about Rajasthan, we should not forget about Gujarat, we should not forget about what Maharashtra as well. These are the top performing, but still having regional disparity in there within the state, right? So these are also there. Now irrigation yield, let's say Punjab, whatever agriculture is been done in Punjab, their yield per hectare is one of the highest in India as compared to the any other state in India, and that is why the wheat Punjab, let's say here would be what, how much you will have, 4,500 kg, that means one of the highest, and when it comes to the Bihar only 2,000 kg per hectares, that means what, per hectares. So this is how you can see the difference between Bihar and Punjab. So Punjab is again in terms of electricity, Goa highest consumptions, that would be 3,000 kilowatt, and when it comes to the Goa and Bihar will be also, again it would be there. So road density Kerala or Maharashtra, they will be highest. SDI again Kerala and the Bihar is here. FDI Karnataka, Maharashtra, Gujarat, they are highest. And when it comes to the what combinedly other states of the lowest state, they are also getting. Manufacturing Maharashtra, Gujarat again top. The eastern region less than 12%, right? Like the urban literacy, again urban India average is more. The rural urban, that means that would be also there is a division between rural India more literacy 87 and plus and the rural average 73%. So rural urban income gap also, you can see the rural urban income gaps also there. So these are the indicators that indicates that is the regional disparity in India do prevails. What these indicators, even you can have other indicators while going through the papers each day. Let's say you are going through the newspaper, today's newspaper, somebody has gone through this today's newspaper or any other newspaper you are going through, you might have some data and facts each day you are coming across the paper. You can also get it or extract those points and put into your note, right? That could be also best practice. So what would be the causes? Now we will comes to the causes factors. What exactly the factors and what are the causes? Why certain region is ultra developed like the Gujarat, Haryana, Punjab, Delhi, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, these regions are developed. Now what would be the causes and the factors? What would be the factors? The very fast comes the historical development, that means the colonial legacy. During the colonial times, hope you guys have remember the things that when the East India Company came to India, wherever they started the companies and they let it be Bengal, let it be Surat, let it be Maharashtra, let it be but Chennai and Goa and Kerala, these regions are now developed part of India. Let it be Delhi. So that means the cities established in the medieval time, the ports and the cities that developed in, I would say, what during the colonial time. So they becomes now the developed part of India. Now they becomes the developed part of India. And no doubt after the independence, the post independence, some plannings because of the some planning planned cities like Bhubaneswar, Chandigarh, Raipur, this Nagpur, these other cities are also there. That means some cities are also there, Coimbatore also there. So they are also developed, ସେମାନେ ମଧ୍ୟ develop ହେଇପାରିଛନ୍ତି, but no doubt historical legacy will be there. So जो port cities ଥିଲା ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ କହିବା the cities and the ports that forms during the British times, now they are ultra developed. They are the megapolis, I would say. They are the megapolis, they are the metropolis. Majority of them are the metropolis and the megapolis in India. So that is also one of the factors. Then I would say medieval time, those cities, ancient cities and the medieval cities, they are also, I would say, the growth pole. They are also acting as the growth pole in India. Let it be Delhi, let it be, I would say, Lucknow, let's say Lucknow, let's say Allahabad, let's say Varanasi, let's say like Kolkata वगैरह regions आपको जैसे हमें देखिवा, Hyderabad कथा नहीं जाओ, Cuttack कथा नहीं जाओ, let it be. Same time, then we will comes to the geographical factor, also one of the factors. So historical factor is a factor, no doubt. Say time रे देखिवा that textile industry ये सब जहाँ भी ही थिला, that is also one of the major factors, right? So they are also, good evening everyone. Good evening to Sikha, Sasmita, Sanu Prasad, everyone, those who are watching me. So these are also what the colonial legacy, the colonial factor is one of the factors for the regional disparity in India. Apart from that, we will have the geographical factors. In the geographical factors, let's say somebody is having geography optional, jahar geography optional ochi, semane to jani paribe. In the geographical factor, what? That is the determinism. We do talk about determinism. बहुत सारा thoughts part अच्छी last देखे भी those who are having geography optionals and regional disparity ର ଭଲ answer ଲେଖିବା ପାଇଁ ମଧ୍ୟ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି, ମୁଁ last ମଧ୍ୟ ରଖିଛି for the geography optional students how they will approach the regional disparity, right? That will be also there. That will be also there. Now, in the geographical factors, what happens? See, those area of India, see, in the geographical factor, there would be what? Topographical variation. There would be what? Topographical variation. There would be in the geography, I would say, there would be topographical variation. There would be what? Variation in topography. There would be variation in minerals. There would be variation in climate. There would be variation in soil. So these factors are also important. That means if a region is having good climate, the region will develop. If a region is having what plain area, that will develop. But if a region is, that means topographical variation means what? That means certain region of India is having desert. So desert means topographical variation, that would not develop. If a region is like what inaccessible, let's say I would say certain region, mountain parts of Malkangiri, Kandhamal, Koraput, Mayurbhanj, Keonjhar, those are these hilly region also again would not be developed. If I comes to the what northeastern part of India, this is also geographical little bit of inaccessibility there. Again the Himalayan states, the geographical factor also one of the reason for the underdevelopment, right? Then Andaman and Nicobar also geographical factor is one of the geographical factor for the underdevelopment. So geographical factors like the arid region of Rajasthan, like the drought prone region of Rayalaseema, Vidarbha of Maharashtra, the flood prone region of Assam, Bihar, wherever the frequent flood comes, and I would say Himalayan region, the rugged region of Himalaya. So these are the reason because of geography as a hindrance, topography as a hindrance. Likewise I would say those ravines of Rajasthan are for Rajasthan, and Rajasthan also very famous for the what? Ravines. Ravines are what? They are the badland topography which is associated with the Chambal Valley river, and wherever the ravines are there, that region would not be what suitable for the agriculture or any kind of agriculture because of the what? And deep I would say erosions, that ravine we do call it what? Ravines, and the badland topography. So again that region would not be developed. If region is a plateau region, let's say better to say I would say like what is a Ranchi plateau, but I am not talking about Chota Nagpur plateau. I would say better to say the Chota Nagpur plateau. In the Chota Nagpur plateau, Tatanagar, Ranchi, they are what? Cities, but what about to the rest of the region? The rest of the region is not developed, so that is also one of the reason, right? So that is why geography also one of the most important reason कि why a region is developed underdeveloped. Then other factors could be border area. सबले मन रखियो कि border area ना कहाँ रहनो, border area जे थे से कहाँ रहनो. Let's say for example I would say Kutia village. Neither Andhra Pradesh will develop that region, nor Odisha will develop that region, and that is why majority of the districts of Odisha, those who are not developed, the lies on the border region. Let it be Sundargarh, let it be Keonjhar, Mayurbhanj, your Koraput, Malkangiri, whatever the districts. So majority of the districts, let's say Nuapada, let's say I would say what? Nabarangpur, Nuapada, these are the districts that lies distance away from the capital of Bhubaneswar, and the lies on the border region, and that is why one of the most important reason is the border region, like the Vidarbha region lies pretty away from the Bombay, and that is why influence of metropolitan cities decreases and say underprivileged हो जाए under development way. सेमती आम कहबा border region of India also not developed. Let it Ladakh, Jammu and Kashmir, the border region of Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, whatever the border region of India is there, they are also not developed. So geographically border regions are always, or somehow, I am not say always, mostly underdeveloped. Desert region underdeveloped. So geography as a factors. In geography optional, we do say deterministic principles. What deterministic principle will be applied? Now comes to the natural resources. If a region, let's say a region like Punjab, and the Punjab is having what? Punjab is having good soil, that means the fertile soil. Punjab is having what? Your fertile soil. Punjab is having most water का कोई कमी है नहीं because of the irrigation, right? Irrigation बहुत बढ़िया होती पंजाब. We are having good irrigation in the Punjab. More than 98% region is irrigated. Good soil, good irrigation practices are there. That means the region will be developed. And if a region also having good mineral resources, if they are having good minerals, the regions like, but that does not mean always true. Minerals are concentrated in Chhattisgarh, Odisha, but the poor governance led to the low development. See, if somebody will ask me, sir, if the region is having minerals, that means the region must be developed. But other factors also we need to, other factors also very important, because मेरे पास let's say somebody is having a car, but he or she does not know how to utilize it. उसको ड्राइविंग नहीं आता, राइट? यूटिलाइज करी परिवन तो कौन हबो? दैट मीन्स से तो पोर रहिबो ना, से पोर रहिबो, सपोज लाइक दैट. Odisha, Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand, here socially education काफी कम अच्छी, urbanization काफी कम अच्छी. If urbanization is low, education is low, per capita income is low, that means the consumption will be low, and that is why Odisha, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, they have majority of the minerals were exported to the East Asia, to the what I would say to the East Asia, to the Southeast Asia for the earning of the resources. Like your Paradip port is dedicated for the exporting of the iron ore and what coal to the what East Asian countries go. Otherwise, we would have used that one in Odisha and we would have used that for the prosperity of Odisha. But because of the socio-economic condition of Odisha is poor, as you know, okay, that is the what purchasing capability scores. So that is why we had to rely on the selling of that minerals to the Eastern Asian countries to at least to earn the money. That was the reason, and that is why because of poor governance, because of other factors, these reasons are poor. कौन कौच तमें लिटिल कौन कौच सर आज आज आपण एंगल हाइलाइट ओके नहीं दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ सम लाइट इफेक्ट आउ किसी नो बिकॉज द लाइट इफेक्ट जो हमको देखा पड़ो now what other reason other like uneven distributions of uneven industrialization also one of the factor uneven industrialization is one of the factor I would say the uneven industrialization is factor what let's say the states like Gujarat, let's say the states like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, that means what Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, they are what highly industrialized, they are what highly industrialized, and because of the highly industrialized obviously more capital will in matlab comes, more FDI will comes, more foreign investment will comes, more multiplications of the resources will happen in that region, and these are the urban region, right? In Odisha only 17 to 19% people are residing in the urban areas, or let it be 20% max to max, because 2011 census says it's about 16 point something that urban population in Odisha. In the last 10 years I would say if I counters last 14 years, that could be like around 25%, it could be 20 or 22% people are living in the urban space in Odisha. That means majority of the people of Odisha still living in the what rural area, and that is why this is one of the factor that Odisha, why Odisha is poor, why industrially Odisha is not developing. So those reason is having more industry like Delhi, like Gujarat, like Maharashtra, they will obviously develop because per capita income will rise, there will be more export, more income, more everything will be more. Like Mumbai, Pune, Ahmedabad, Vadodara, Bangalore, Chennai, etc. Now, when it comes to the other region, like I would say Chhattisgarh, let's say Jharkhand, I would not go for Chhattisgarh. Let it Eastern UP, let it Bihar, let it Assam, let it Northeastern state, let it Odisha, let's say Chhattisgarh, MP. Here industries are very less. Industries are very less. So because of lack of industry, the reason are poor. Now comes to agriculture as a factor. When I say agriculture as a factor, I means we are talking about what? In the agriculture as a factor, there you can add what? Green revolution. So green revolution, when the green revolution started in 1970s, the 1960s and 70s, that green revolution has, I would say what, brought the prosperity to those part where the green revolution initially started. Let it be Punjab, Haryana, Western UP, so this part, and Andhra Pradesh and Telangana region. Because so this is the what I would say regional disparity. One of the factors is agriculture and the green revolution. The green revolution, no doubt, has changed the food production of India. When India got the independence in 1947, that times in the 1950s, I would say better to say, in 1950s, the total food grain production, that means I would say the cereals was about 50 million metric tons. What it was only 50 million metric tons of cereals were produced when India got independence in the early 1950s. But now in 2025, India is the second largest producer of the cereals in the world when it comes to the wheat, rice, right? We are the second largest producer after the China. So that means we are now producing more than 330 million metric tons of cereals in India. The difference you can see from 50 million metric tons to 333 million metric tons as of now, and that shows how the progress has been achieved in terms of the productions of the cereals, in terms of the productions of the what food grain in India. And that has happened because of so many factors. Like one of the factors would be, I would say, green revolution. No doubt that has changed the productivity of India, and the India is now one of the what जैसे कहते हैं अन्नदाता. Annadata during the time of COVID, matlab India was also called as the Annadata because we used to provide the foods to those needy nation in the world. But जहाँ भी हो, but the green revolution or positive angles, we have seen the positive angles. No doubt the negative angles also there because of the environmental loss, because of deforestation, accumulation, biomagnifications, loss of biodiversity, and regional disparity also. Apart from that, groundwater overexploitation, environmental pollution, other sides of green revolution is also as that stark like the golden part of the success. That means the green revolution is one side is golden color and the other side is what's that would be stark reality is that loss of environment, the loss of groundwater, the regional disparity, and the other side of the green revolution. So that is why green revolutions is a reason for promoting the regional disparity in India. And the green, that means the eastern India, the dryland region remains low productivity, right? Uneven irrigation also one of the factor that we have gone through, that Assam is less than 10% and here is more than 90% of irrigation. And when it comes to Odisha, we have 45% of land is irrigated and 55% of land is irrigated in Odisha and 45% is rain fed still now in Odisha. That means you may say 50% of the land is irrigated in Odisha and rest of the 50% is dependent on the monsoon, which we call it rain fed agriculture. So that is also one of the reasons. But if the reason depends on monsoon, and monsoon is always a gamble, clear everyone? And monsoon is always a what? Gamble. That means let's say some other years, let's say this year we have received pretty good rainfall and it's a what surplus rainfall we have received in the back to back 2024 and 2025. In the both year we have received good rainfall, that means above the long term average. But who knows what will happen to the 26 and 27s. But in 26 we will also have the good rainfall, no doubt. But 27, 28 might be, it could be a difficult season for India. It could be, what I predict, 27, 28 could be a difficult season for India, right? And probably 28 could be a difficult season for India for the rainfall. And we need to prepare for that. We need to prepare, right? Then we will go for the infrastructure inequality. See, how many ports are there in Odisha? In Odisha, you will say, sir, we are having one major port, Paradip, and two other ports are also there, Gopalpur also there, and Dhamra also there. So this is the ports in Odisha. Now only one major port. Now comes to the Andhra Pradesh. Now I will say better come to the Tamil Nadu. Three major ports. So the highest number of major ports with state in India, that is the what I would say Tamil Nadu, and that is why Tamil Nadu is more prosperity lies in Tamil Nadu. Then Maharashtra. Yesterday when I was going through the infrastructure of India, I was going through the rural road, I was going through the urban road, I was going through national highway, I was going through the state highways, and everywhere Maharashtra is number one. Maharashtra is number one in terms of the total rural road in India. Maharashtra is number one in terms of state highway. Maharashtra is number one in terms of national highway as well. And Maharashtra also number one in terms of, I would not say number one, Maharashtra also having number of port as well. That is why Maharashtra is developed. That means any state which is having well developed infrastructure starting from the road to the port to the railway, the state is going to be developed, and that is why Maharashtra is developed, that is why Karnataka is developed, that is why Tamil Nadu is developed, that is why Andhra Pradesh is developed, and Haryana, Punjab, these are developed because of infrastructure. And infrastructure will bring investment, will bring FDI. The foreign portfolio investors will also comes, and the foreign investor will also but go for those reasons having good in what infrastructure. And the yesterday one quote I said of whom, that means mu kahithili John F Kennedy kar gote kotha kahithili, से जो तांकर कोट कहितली मु कोट एंड अनकोट करबी तांकर कि अमेरिका इज डेवलप्ड नॉट बिकॉज सॉरी कोट करबी मु जॉन एफ कैनेडी कर कोट को the roads of America is not developed because of America, but the America is developed because of the roads of America. So this is the quote and on quote mu jota कहली. That means if any reason अपन देखुचंते से reason रे road काफी बढ़िया अछि, that means the reason is developed. If the road is not developed, that means reason is not developed. Likewise, now at present we have to focus on road, rail, air, port, waterways, gas pipeline, every agar any reason all kind of infrastructure is robust and fine, then reason will ought to be a developed region. That is why infrastructure is one of the what determinant factors that determines whether a region will be developed or not. That is one of the factors, right? Connectivity, all this, right? So otherwise digital divide will be there. Let's say for example Kandhamal region, so the Koraput region, Malkankiri region, there would be digital but divide will be there. Digital literacy will be poor, connectivity is difficult, still does not have any, but some of the districts even in Odisha, let's say, does not have what railway connectivity, right? Even Bartaman time रे भी कम से कम 4टा 5टा बा 6टा 7टा districts एमती थिबो 5टा तो districts एमती थिबो where does not have railway connectivity. Let's say Nayagad ट्रेन लाइन एबे चली छि नयागढ़ को भावंतु, राइट? सो दिस इज हाउ. लेट्स से कंधमाल डज नॉट हैव रेलवे लाइन, कंधमाल रे रेलवे लाइन नहीं. नाबरमपुर कथा नहीं छ, नुआपड़ा कथा नहीं छ, दीज आर वेरी फ्यू आमे कहबा. मालकानगिरी नो रेलवे लाइन्स. तो दीज आर द प्रॉब्लम्स हमको मध्य देखा जाए. दैट द गवर्नमेंट इनिशिएटिव्स एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव नेग्लेक्ट आल्सो वन ऑफ द फैक्टर्स. वी कॉल इट रेड टैपिज्म. वी कॉल इट व्हाट? रेड टैपिज्म. वी कॉल इट बायसनेस. इज नॉट इट? बहुत सारा रीजन्स हमको देखा जाए. स्टिल देयर इज लैक ऑफ व्हाट आई वुड से कनेक्टिविटी. आई मीन दैट मीन्स आम जो कहे तो गवर्नमेंट गवर्नेंस एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एंगल को जो डिस्कस करूचे, दिस इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द फैक्टर दैट लीकेजेस, पोर डिलीवरी, लो इंस्टीट्यूशनल कैपेसिटी, ये मतलब गोटे फैक्टर. रेट टैपिज्म्स अर्थात करप्शन बिहार रे कहीं डेवलप हो रही. बिहार इलेक्शन सरी एंड समस्त कहते डबल इंजिन सरकार आसला बिहार रे, दैट बिहार विल डेवलप. ना बिहार डेवलप हम ना. कहीं हम ना बिहार डेवलप? तमन को लगुच कि बिहार को कम फंडिंग मिलूची ना, बिहार को काफी फंडिंग मिलूची. बट प्रॉब्लम्स होची नेपोटिज्म, फेवरेटिज्म, करप्शन, रेट टैपिज्म, division of fund, political interference, social factors, corruption. We need to reduce the corruption if you want to develop a region. तेणु गोटे region से develop होबो and corruption जेतरे खत्म होबो, otherwise a region develop हेई परिबो नहीं. That is also one of the factors हम कहि परिबा. तेणु करी कि governance is a very important factor हम कहिबा. जोटे good governance अछि सेटे prosperity is ought to be prosperity automatically आसी जिवो. जो नहीं तो ऑटोमेटिकली आसीबो कुआडू, फ्रॉम वेयर इट विल कम्स, आसीबो काफी डिफिकल्ट हेजो, नो डाउट, राइट? सो प्रोजेक्ट इंप्लीमेंटेशन लेट हबो, ये सब जिंस हेई परिबो नहीं, काफी लेट हबो हमें कहिबा. सेमती सोशल एंड डेमोग्राफिक फैक्ट्स जदि हमें देखिबा, लेट्स से जेमती हमें कहूचे कि व्हाई द ट्राइबल रीजन ऑफ इंडिया इज नॉट डेवलप्ड. जदि तमे कहिबो कंधमाल आज काहे की डेवलप नो, बिकॉज डोमिनेटेड बाय द ट्राइबल पीपल. कंधमाल डेवलप एथि पई डेवलप नो because they are dominated by the tribal peoples. Mayurbhanj is underdeveloped because of dominated by the tribal peoples. No doubt सेमन को पे रिजर्वेशन करा जाउची, तांको पे स्कीम करा जाउची, तांको पे गवर्नमेंट सर्विसेज दिया जाउची, बहुत सारा एजुकेशन वगैरह दिया जाउची. सो नाउ सर्टेन सेक्शंस धीरे धीरे आसुचंती वा इवॉल्व होउचंती. नो डाउट सेटा को हम इंपोर्टेंस मध्ये कहि परिबा, मना करि परिबा नहीं. बट जा भी हो, सोशल एंड डेमोग्राफिकल फैक्टर्स जदि हमें कहबा काफी इंपोर्टेंट है. बिकॉज लेट्स से जोठी हमें कहबा एजुकेशन काफी इंपोर्टेंस रही. एजुकेशन इज अ गुड एजुकेशन, गुड हेल्दी पीपल्स आर लिविंग देयर, पीपल्स आर एजुकेटेड, वेल एजुकेटेड, दे आर हैविंग स्किल्ड, दे आर crafted, they are well aware, obviously the region will automatically grow. There are more cognitive powers, more entrepreneurship will comes, more risk taking peoples are there, obviously that the region will grow, and those peoples will try to play with their safe zone defending approach, that would be what it would be difficult to have. So that is where social factors like literacy, skill, education, language, health, ये सब फैक्टर्स मत होता है जमती बीमारू कॉन्सेप्ट थिला ए बिहार थिला मध्य प्रदेश थिला राजस्थान थिला उत्तर प्रदेश से मन को बीमारू कहा जाउथला सेतबले साइड जानथु अब त माने लो पर कैपिटल इनकम्स फीमेल लिटरेसी नहीं फीमेल लेबर पार्टिसिपेशंस नहीं एंड व्हाट स्टीरियोटाइप ऑफ कल्चर्स रही the what I would say male centric societies have come कहि परिबा that is also tribal and the remote region like Andaman and Nicobar. Why this is not developed? Lakshadweep is not developed because dominated by the tribal peoples. Northeastern region of India dominated by the tribal peoples, dominated by the what I would say mountains and the valleys. That is why also difficult. Now migration and the urban bias. This is also one of the factors that they make the cities over the village urban bias हमें कहि परबा. Policies वर्तमान तमे देखो जेते policies रहउची that majority of the policies are urban related. Let's say हमें कोचे PM गति शक्ति, that means somehow this is biased towards the urban related. We are talking about smart city, we are talking about Amrut mission, we are talking about Swachh Bharat, we are talking about that means what I would say railway corridor, we are talking about golden quadrilaterals. These all are the urban bias. 5G, 6G कोठी आके launch होगा, that would be launched in the urban region of India. Investment कोठी के आसीबो, the urban region of India. Foreign investor which looks to which region? Bombay, Delhi, Kolkata, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Pune. These regions they will look for the foreign investors. The foreign investor would not come to the village of India. They will invest where their profit lies. The IT company will comes to where? Obviously urban centric approach. So that is why those manufacturing setups are also sports. Now the orange economy, let's say another concept is coming, the orange economy. When we are talking about the orange economy, like the concept, like the sports, cultural activities, etc., and so on and so forth, this is also happening in the urban region, the orange economy. Now whether the orange economy will have a gateway to the rural parts of India, it's a matter of time. It's a what I would say matter of time. हाँ कि नहीं ताको में कौन कहबा, it's a matter of time. Now that would be there. So economic reform and market forms also very important. Now the liberalization, the post, that is what India becomes the, before the 1991s, what happens to India? India was a compact economy. It was what it was a closed economy. Now when it comes to the 1991s, everything changed. Now that means Manmohan Singh's अपन जानते हैं समझते, plus I would say the prime minister of that times, right, कौन था ताको ना, नरसिम्हा राव. So these two the renowned persons, they have changed the Indian economy. Indian economy was exposed. Now Indian economy opened, the rupee was now market driven, so that the investors was also welcome. And liberalization सेतबे हला बहुत सारा लोक मध्ये ताको क्रिटिसाइज करथले. Now India वर्तमान में कहूचे जति हम कहूचे one of the what top 5 economy in the world because of the LPG. सेमिति वर्तमान जहाँ सब मोदी जी करूचंती तार इम्पैक्ट तुमको 10-20 वर्ष पर देखा जिवो, राइट. तेणु इमीडिएटली इम्पैक्ट देखा जिवो नाही, राइट. सो दैट फ्रूट विल बी हैपेंस आफ्टर 10 years 20 years. इंडिया विल एक्सपीरियंस के व्हाट द स्टेप्स ऑफ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इन दैट मीन्स हमको मोदी गवर्नमेंट हैज टेकन. चाहे से अमृत कथा नहीं, अमृत भारत कथा नहीं, जो चाहे से हमें कहबा जेते आत्मनिर्भर भारत मेक इन इंडिया टू आरएम की जेते पीएम गति कथा नहीं कि जेते सब स्कीम करछंती बड़ बड़ स्कीम, ये सब सक्सेस हबो. टाइम इट्स ओनली मैटर ऑफ टाइम, इट्स ओनली मैटर ऑफ टाइम. तो सेटा मध्ये फैक्टर्स आइले. तो वन लाइन समरी मध्ये तमे रहिछि रीजनल डिस्पैरिटी इन इंडिया is a result of historical neglect, geographical constraints, uneven resource distribution, uneven industrialization infrastructure gap, governance failures, and the market driven advantages concentrated in the few states. This is the conclusion. Now these are the, now we will comes to the steps. What are the steps taken by the government? What are the steps? Many steps they have taken. Now steps ku jetla mu asibi aspirational districts like your what KBK region. Now how to reduce the regional disparity? One of the step is aspirational districts. that more than 100 districts को cover करছে aspirational districts 112 almost backward districts focus on the health education agriculture infrastructure data driven governance real time monitoring this is one of the initiatives and that is why now एबे तो शायद तमने जानी न आमे खाली कोचे कोरापुट इज पोर नॉट लाइक दैट नाउ कोरापुट इज ग्रोइंग वेरी फास्ट बहुत फास्ट ग्रो करूची कोरापुट राइट शायद एकता तमने जानी न सेमती आमे कहबा दैट इज एस्पिरेशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स रहिची एस्पिरेशनल ब्लॉक मध्य रहिची तमने जानिछो एस्पिरेशनल ब्लॉक प्रोग्राम्स मध्य रहिची दैट इज व्हाई these are initiatives taken so that say districts को आमे फोकस करि परिबा we will need to focus that districts सेति आमे एटा को करछे now backward region जोटा कि ग्रांड फंड मध्य रहिची that means the backward region जेमति बिहार MP UP these are the some districts are there where आमे कहबा and PRI को strengthening करिबा regional that is interstate जो imbalance अछि ताको आमे केमति reduce करे तापे ग्रांट मध्य दिया जाउची जेमति हमर केबी के रीजन पे ग्रांट दियंती सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ग्रांट दियंती टू फुलफिल दैट डेवलपमेंट गैप द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चरल गैप ताको फुलफिल करिया पे दियंती सेमती स्पेशल असिस्टेंस टू लैगिंग रीजन्स स्पेशल कैटेगरी स्टेटस मध्ये दियाउची बहुत सारा याकु नै कि मध्ये बे दंग मतलब काफी रायोट सिचुएशंस हेतला तमे लद्दाख रे जानिबो स्पेशल 6 शेड्यूल्स रे से मने मध्ये चाहउची निजो को ऐड करिया पे 6 शेड्यूल्स ऐड करिया पे मध्ये चाहउचंती से सेटा मध्ये गोटे फैक्टर्स हमें कहि परिबा प्रोवाइडेड टैक्स कंसेशन दरकार 9 दैट इज 9:1 फंडिंग जोटा हम कहि 0 को जदि हम कहि 90:100 बा 9:1 भी हम तको कहि परिबा राइट तो से रेशियो रे जदि हम कहबा जानि पर जेंति कि नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट जहां भी तमरो हम कहबा सेंट्रली स्पॉन्सर्ड स्कीम रहइबो 90% शेयर विल बी और 90% responsibility will take by the central government and the 10% will be taken by whom that is the state himself से नीचे आउ जदि central sector हेगला the total expenditure will be bear by the central government now hilly region development there would be also hilly area development programs also there is drought area programs there is desert development programs there is tribal development programs बहुत सारा programs अछि तमन ते एते सुनी आसुचो and I hope ये सबु जो सुनी छ now it's a time to perform it तल ताकू वर्तमान परफॉर्म करिवार अछि हिली एरिया डेवलपमेंट वेस्टर्न घाट डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम्स स्पेशल फंड्स मध्ये दिया जाउची सेमति मु कहबी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर रीजनल डेवलपमेंट जेंति पीएम गति शक्ति दिस इज आल्सो फॉर द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेफिशिएंसी जो रहिची जो कमी रहिची इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर से गैप को फुलफिल करे पे मु तापर ओडिसा पार्ट को भी जिबी राइट ओडिसा पार्ट मध्ये रहिची एथरे डिस्कस कर देबी सेमति भारतमाला परियोजना आल्सो देयर Sagarmala also there, Udan also there, Northeast Developmental Councils also there ताको मध्ये कराइची एग्रीकल्चर पई हमें पीएम किसान पीएम फसल बीमा रखाइची सोयल हेल्थ कार्ड करा जायची दैट मींस रूरबन मिशन करा जायची सो दैट रूरल क्लस्टर को डेवलप करा जिवो एज अर्बन ग्रोथ सेंटर्स हमें कहि परिबा दैट मींस रूरबन मिशन अर्थात कोन कहले रूरल एरिया रे अर्बन फैसिलिटीज विल बी गिवन दैट इज व्हाई वी विल कॉल इट rural. What is the difference between urban and rural? Urban kale complete urban, but rural when I say rural, that means it's a rural area with urban facilities and the amenities. Right? There is also Narega for the regional disparity come up in Narega madhya rahichi. We are also having national bamboo mission for the what livelihood of the northeastern region, that is the green gold. This is also called as what green gold. सेटा में मध्य कोठी करूचे. We are also that means हमें कहबा northeastern region promote करूचे. We are also promoting industrial corridor as well. National waterways we are also promoting national waterway. ताको मध्य हमें promote करूचे industrial corridors like Delhi, बॉम्बे कथा नहीं जा, अमृतसर कोलकाता न कथा नहीं जा, बेंगलुरु चेन्नई कथा नहीं जा, ये सब रीजन्स को मध्य स्पेशल इकोनॉमिक जोन्स मध्य करा जाउची. Right, coastal economic zone, spatial economic zone, these are also initiatives. PLI मध्य कराउची production link incentives दियाउची ताकि से regions हमें कहि परिबा. सेमति हमें कहि परिबो कि MSP मध्य दियाउची बहुत सारा जिंस हमें कहि परिबो इंडस्ट्रीज मानक मध्य प्रमोट करा जाउची. one district one product मध्य करा जाउची जेमति हमें कहिबा what that is PM Mitra Park MSME पई PM Mitra Park मध्य करा जाउची MSME पई मध्य करा जाउची. These are काफी important सब. So fiscal transfer and finance मतलब what finance commission मध्ये हम कहिबा that is also a factors मध्ये हम कहि परिबा. The high tax devolution to the poor states हम कहिबा grant in aid कथा कहि परिबा. Health education disasters ये मध्ये गोटे factors हम कहि परिबा. Right, this is also a factors हम कहि परिबा. Now आउ कोन रहइबो तमर हमें जदी देखिबो 14 एंड 15 फिनान्स कमिशन जो इंक्रीज करूची फंड सेटा मध्ये हम कहि पारे ए फंड मध्ये हम ताको केमती डेवोल्यूशन ऑफ फंड रहउची ग्रांट मध्ये करा जाउची सोशल सेक्टर्स रे हम कहबा नेशनल हेल्थ मिशन रहिची समग्र शिक्षा रहिची मिड डे मील्स रहिची स्वच्छ भारत रहिची नंबर ऑफ स्कीम्स रहिची तमे लिखि परियो एंड नंबर ऑफ स्कीम्स एंड द स्टेप्स इज बीन टेकन क्यूमुलेटिवली मु देखिया पे चेष्टा करेची इंटीग्रेटेड ट्राइबल डेवलपमेंट एरिया रहिची क्लब मॉडल्स रहिची राइट ईस्टर्न डेडिकेटेड फ्रेड को रहिची एमती बहुत सारा अछि जनधन योजना डिजिटल स्टार्टअप केते स्कीम अछि लेखो ना तमे स्मार्ट सिटी अमृत पीएम आवास योजना बहुत सारा स्टेप्स रहिची नंबर ऑफ स्टेप्स आर देयर राइट नंबर ऑफ स्टेप्स लेखि परिबो है ना लेखि परिबो समस्ते आई होप समस्ते लेखि परिबो नंबर ऑफ स्टेप्स हमें डिस्कस कले ये सब स्टेप्स निया जायछि टू रिड्यूस द रीजनल डिस्पैरिटी इन इंडिया तो राइट आर पीडीएफ कोठी पाइबो तम माने इन द टेलीग्राम चैनल ओएस मेंटर जोटा मोर पर्सनल एंड StudyIQ मेंटर मध्ये StudyIQ चैनल मध्ये तमन को मिल जबो सो ओएस मेंटर जोटा मोर रहिछि सेडी तमने पाइ जबो पीडीएफ्स डोंट वरी फॉर द पीडीएफ यू विल गेट देयर राइट पीडीएफ्स तमन को मिल जबो सो जॉइन ओएस मेंटर टेलीग्राम चैनल सेडी तमन को मिल जबो ना ओडिसा रीजनल डिस्पैरिटी मु कहि दी कि ओडिसा रे मध्ये रीजनल डिस्पैरिटी रहिछि तो ये मैप रे मु देखिबे ओडिसा रीजनल डिस्पैरिटी कोठी रहिछि नाउ आर किछि सेमती भलो मैप एग्जैक्टली तो माने जानिछ मिलिला नाही मिलिबो भी नाही सो वी नीड टू ड्रॉ द मैप सो ओडिसा रे कोटा डेवलप रीजन के दिस वन इज डेवलप सो दिस वन डेवलप these are the developed region so I will say so this part of Odisha is developed this part of Odisha is developed now this part of Odisha is semi-developed. This part of Odisha is what? Semi-developed. This is what? Developed. This one is semi-developed. Right. This one is not developed. This one is not developed. Least developed. So this is how Odisha will be segregated. So this southern part, that means your Gajapati, Raigada, Nuapada, right, and this Kalahandi, Kandhamal, Nabrangpur, Koraput, Malkangiri. These are least developed. This is what? Least developed. This one is least developed. This one is what? So least developed. This portion is least developed. This one is semi-developed. This one is developed. Again, this one is least developed. This is how the map of Odisha should be. When you are drawing the Odisha map for the regional disparity, you have to draw like this. You have to draw like this. That this is the regional disparity of Odisha. This is the regional disparity map of Odisha. Right? This would be regional disparity map of Odisha. Now, why? See, that means we have already talked what are the reason that responsible for the regional disparity in India. That means that point will also be applied to Odisha with certain unique point. With certain unique points. Now, what are the unique points? Yes, anyone? I mean, when I say, right, that means we are talking about, I will talk about what? So that means Odisha, the coastal region of Odisha is developed. We have already talked it that the coastal region is Odisha is developed. Why the coastal region is developed? Historically developed. Historical factors. Let's say Somobangsi कथा नहीं जाओ से तमरो जेते तमेर भौमकर कथा नहीं जाओ सोमवंशी कथा नहीं जाओ तमे से what हमें गजपति कथा नहीं जाओ ये जेते डायनास्टी रूल करिसंती तो सेवे टू कोठी ना कोठी डेवलपमेंट स्टार्ट हेछि हिस्टोरिकली सेमति हमें ब्रिटिशर्स मध्ये आसले से भी कटक सिटी ठु आरंभ करी केंद्रापड़ा ठु आरंभ करी बालेश्वर ठु आरंभ करी पुरी टाउन्स एसु टाउन्स मध्ये मेडिवल्स एंड हमें टाइम रे मध्ये डेवलप हैला तो हिस्टोरिकली दिस रीजन इज डेवलप्ड प्लस ए रीजन रे वाटर काफी अछि ए रीजन रे फर्टाइल सॉइल अछि क्लाइमेट मध्ये बढ़िया अछि ट्राइबल डोमिनेंस नाही तेणु करी कोस्टल लाइन रही बहुत बड़ा कोस्टल लाइन्स रही के 575 किलोमीटर लॉन्ग कोस्टल लाइन्स आल्सो देयर सो दैट इज व्हाई दिस रीजन इज डेवलप्ड एंड सोशियो इकोनॉमिकली हमें कहबा सोशल लाइफ्स आल्सो तेणु जहाँ भी द कोस्टल रीजन लाइक खोर्धा कटकपुरी जगतसिंहपुर केंद्रापड़ा जाजपुर बालेश्वर दीज आर व्हाट डेवलप्ड रीजन ऑफ हमें कहबा ओडिशा रे डेवलप रीजन हाईली अर्बनाइज्ड भुवनेश्वर कटक रही मेट्रोपॉलिटन रीजन्स आम जहाँ कहवा दीटा को मिसई देले you are having better infrastructure like the ports highway literacy अधिक रही better health indicator रही early investment education services coastal line रही gateway of India जहाँ को हमें कहे right so that will be there now apart from that when it comes to the western Odisha I would not say western Odisha is underdeveloped whether I can say underdeveloped ना तमें कहबो semi developed rather use the word semi developed right सबलपुर बरगढ़ बलांगीर अनुगुल एमान को हमें अंडर डेवलप कहि परिबा नहीं चाहे से अनुगुल कथा नहीं जाओ चाहे से बौद्ध कथा नहीं जाओ चाहे से संबलपुर कथा नहीं जाओ झारसुगुड़ा कथा नहीं जाओ एमान को हमें मोस्ट हमें अंडर डेवलप कहि पानी सेमी डेवलप कहिबा संबलपुर बरगढ़ सुंदरगढ़ झारसुगुड़ा देवगढ़ बलांगीर हमें आकु कोन कहिबा दीज आर सेमी डेवलप्ड बोली कहबा एग्रीकल्चर बेस्ड इकोनॉमी बट आजिकल इंडस्ट्री काफी आसुची केउझर इंडस्ट्री बहुत अछि अनुगुल इंडस्ट्री बहुत अच्छी संबलपुर रे बहुत इंडस्ट्री अच्छी झारसुगुड़ा रे बहुत इंडस्ट्री अच्छी इवन इन्वेस्टमेंट मध्य आसुची आजिकल काफी इन्वेस्टमेंट मध्य आसुची सेटा को मध्य तुमको देखा जिवो देन सदर्न पार्ट को आसीबो हां ये तमे कहबे सदर्न पार्ट स्पेशल आउट से कलाहांडी बलांगीर कोरापुट मालकानगिरी रायगढ़ कंधमाल नवरंगपुर दिस रीजन इज व्हाट लीस्ट डेवलप्ड हमें कहबा लीस्ट डेवलप्ड रीजन ट्राइबल डोमिनेटेड पोर कनेक्टिविटी हाई पॉवर्टी कंसंट्रेशन ड्रॉट फ्रीक्वेंसी मालन्यूट्रिशन पोर हेल्थ ये सब जो ये कौन होता है डेवलपमेंट कम दैट इज वाई डेवलपमेंट इज लेस दैट इज वाई डेवलपमेंट इज लेस केबी के रीजन जहाँ को हमें कहो ताले डायमेंशन डिस्पेरिटी आम देख ताले पोवर्टी आम लिखी जाती कोस्टल रीजन रे यदि आम देखा दैट पोवर्टी रेट इज लेस देन 20% and more than that means हमें कहबा 45% in the KBK regions comparison indicators literacy in the coastal region literacy in the Kandhawan Navrangpur Mayurbhanj Bagara that is infant mortality and here road density high here is very low even the railway बहुत जगह ना irrigation coverage 60 to 80% less than 30% अर्बनाइजेशन भुवनेश्वर कटक ये सब आम पारादीप वगैरह रही तुम पारादीप कथा नहीं जाओ ताले देख जेते आमर इंपोर्टेंट सिटीज के पारादीप इंपोर्टेंस पारादीप then you will have Cuttack, you will have Puri, you will have Bhubaneswar, you will have Barampur, you will have Paleshwar, you will have Bhadrak ये जेते टाउन सब कोठी रही ए पट साइड रे हम कहबा केंद्रापड़ा कथा नहीं जाओ दिस आर द इंपोर्टेंट जेते टाउन्स एठी हम कहबा रही कंसंट्रेटेड हेकी रही causes of regional disparity in Odisha in the causes of regional disparity that is historically neglect हेकी रही coastal port रही एठी historically develop हां कि नहीं चाहे से since the times of medieval times हमें कही पर geographical factors that is also one of the reason that KBK regions or those Keonjhar part because of the hilly region because of what tribal dominated because of interior location because of lack of transportation so that was also region poor infrastructure no doubt poor infrastructure those part apart from the coastal region I would say no doubt nowadays in the last time I would say in the past 15 years the infrastructure in Odisha also growing very fast. Before the 15 years, I would say, in the last 15 years, the road and the infrastructure of Odisha is growing very fast. And now the present, I would say, the present government also doing what so much of work and the hope that double engine Sarkar will give us that infrastructure impetus. What? Infrastructure impetus and that lack of infrastructure will be fulfilled because we are also aspire to become a developed and the what Atmanirbhar state by 2036 on even industrialized in Bhubaneswar Cuttack Paradip Anugul Talcher Kalinganagar these are developed baki region nahi social indicators highly tribal populated region low literacy and low access to the services obviously there would be poor region whereas the coastal region will be developed region administrative gap will be also that weak delivery of the schemes in the remote region scarcity of students that means the personnel of the doctor teachers now what are the government steps taken by the Odisha government Biju KBK plans earlier that is what हम जोटा कि हमर बरगड़ इस region से हम कहले Biju Setu योजना for the what bridges connectivity Biju स्वास्थ्य कल्याण योजना that means वर्तमान जोटा ही जाइछि हमर national health scheme under आसी जाइछि आमो गाँ आमो विकास सेटा मध्य कहि परिबो राइट मिशन शक्ति फक्ति ये सब देख प्रीवियस गवर्नमेंट रो स्कीम्स बाकी आजिकली तो ना सब चेंज हेछि तमे कहि परिबो एस्पिरेशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स कहि परिबो एस्पिरेशनल ब्लॉक्स कहि परिबो एबे आमो सरकार कहिबो आमो गां कहिबो सेटा सब तमे मध्ये इनिशिएटिव्स एबे ओडिसा एबे रिसेंटली नै छंती जो केतेडा विलेज को जोटा मॉडल विलेज रे कन्वर्ट करिवो मु मध्ये तापर गोटे वीडियो बनेथिली के मॉडल विलेज रे कन्वर्ट करिवो सेटा मध्ये काफी इंपोर्टेंस हमें कहि परिबा राइट सेमती सेंट्रल स्कीम्स इन फोकस एरिया में कहवा जेमती प्रधानमंत्री ग्राम्य सड़क योजना कथा नै छ एस्पिरेशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट कथा एस्पिरेशनल ब्लॉक कथा नै छ नरेगा कथा नै छ नेशनल फूड सिक्योरिटी एक्ट कथा नै छ नेशनल रूरल लाइवलीहुड मिशन कथा नै छ प्रधानमंत्री कृषि कल्याण योजना कथा नै छ ये सारा स्टेप्स हमको नवाकू पड़ी राइट दिस आर अब बाकी तमे स्कीम्स ओडिशा गवर्नमेंट जेमती रीजनल बर्तमान इंडस्ट्रीज काफी आसुची जेमती विलेजेस सब को डेवलप करया पे ओडिशा गवर्नमेंट मध्ये प्रपोज करूची बहुत सारा विलेजेस को मध्ये डेवलप करया पे सेटा भी गोटे हमर मध्ये प्रपोजल रहिची सेटा भी गोटे तमे लिखि परिबो ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल जो मानक तांको पे मु एटा सेपरेट करके रखिची रीजनल्स एंड एरियल डिफरेंशिएशन रिचार्ड हार्टसन को केमती अप्लाई करिवे डिटरमिनिज्म रेडजेल एंड पॉसिबिलिज्म विडाल को केमती अप्लाई करिवे से माने राइट एंड ग्रोथ पोल थ्योरी की केमती फ्रांकोइस पेरक्स को केमती अप्लाई हे परिबो कोर पेरिफेरी ग्रुनाल मिडाल्स रो केमती अप्लाई हे परिबो सेमती मु कहिबी तमरो एटा ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल पई क्युमुलेटिव कॉजेटिव मॉडल जो दे हम कहबा अगेन मिडाल्स कथा मु कहिबी स्पेशल डिफ्यूजन थ्योरी मध्ये रहिछि नियोमैक्सिस थ्योरी रहिछि दीज आर द फॉर द ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल स्टूडेंट पई जो मानक ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल रहिछि से मानक पई एटा रहइबो जदी तुमको थॉट्स पार्ट रे पछला देन यू कैन यूज दैट फॉर द ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल्स राइट सेटा तमरो ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल जो थॉट्स पार्ट को मध्ये ऐड कर देछि दैट यू कैन यूज इट इन द ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल रे जदी रीजनल डिस्पैरिटी पचारुछि देन यू कैन यूज दैट पार्ट फॉर द राइट तो ये थिला आज सेशन आई होप आज सेशन तुम को जब भल लगे सेशन को कमेंट करिवो लाइक करिवो एंड डेफिनेटली वन थिंग यू शुड नॉट फॉरगेट एस्पिरेंट सेल चली कौन चलछि हम कहबा सेल चलछि वर्तमान स्टडी को प्लेटफॉर्म रे सेल चली नवेम्बर 30 नवेम्बर जाए सेल चली जो आम कहबा जो सेल चली से सेल रे आपण एनरोल करि परिबे मोर जो कोड अछि यूज माय कोड एबे वर्तमान स्टडी को सेल चलछि 30 नवेम्बर जाए काफी बहुत बड़ा सेल चलछि से सेल को यूज करि परिबे मो कोड SSLIVE SL ए कोड को यूज करंतु राइट यूज दिस कोड ए कोड को यूज करंतु एंड गेट द मैक्सिमम डिस्काउंट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट डोंट forget to join my telegram channel OS Mentor and StudyIQ telegram channel. Okay, join these channels. See you there. Thank you everyone.